Hi Scorpio, and welcome to your monthly horoscope for August 2023. Thanks for joining me. It's a pleasure to be with you today. Now, I'm going to go through what the planets are doing in August and how they're going to influence you. The point of these horoscopes is to look at the positives, the positive influences the planets create, and how you can kind of surf the wave of those, and to examine and to look at some of the potential challenges or negatives so that you can avoid those. Now, what's interesting is that you're very different to the Libras this month. Libra is going to have some problems with friends and personal relationships. And in your case, what's really cemented, or where you're not going to have a lot of problems, are your personal relationships, particularly your family relationships and people you love and are close to and adore. That's pretty much solid. I think where you need to watch out is kind of your working life and being presented with opportunities that in the moment seem absolutely wonderful and fabulous, but in reality aren't that straightforward, and that potentially could be very problematic. And the reason I'm saying that is because we've got Venus, the planet of love, beauty, and creativity, and that's in retrograde from the 22nd of July until the 3rd of September. And the rule of thumb with Venus retrograde is that it's not, while the planet is in retrograde, it's not the best time to start new personal romantic relationships, to start new businesses, or to launch any venture which is near and dear to your heart. Because with Venus being in retrograde, the outcome could be very different, or the relationship itself could be very different to the way that you're perceiving it during that time. So it's best to kind of proceed with caution and not to commit to things which have a long-term effect. So for instance, if you're at work and one of your colleagues or the boss or something comes up with an opportunity, oh, we've got this new branch of the office and we need a couple of people to set it up and to move to Dubai to go do that, who volunteers? That kind of thing where it seems like a great opportunity. Really study it and look into it before you act and before you commit, because that's exactly the kind of thing that initially seems fabulous and wonderful, but then in reality is a disappointment, or isn't it all the way it was advertised. Now, on the 1st of August, we have a full moon in Aquarius, and that happens for you guys, Scorpio, in your 4th house. And it's next to Pluto, which is on the other side of your IC in your 3rd house, and that's in Capricorn. So the thing that's going to make you feel very comfortable and where you'll feel stimulated and get a sense of I'm understood and I can communicate effectively, and this is where I want to be, is your home life, family, spending time with people you love. So again, no problems in relationships. In fact, the opposite. August for you guys is a wonderful time to bond and to spend time with people that you like and love, and to really even do things together which will strengthen the relationships and cement the role you play in each other's lives. So it's a wonderful time for you to really make the most of your relationship. So we've got two things immediately. Exercise caution when it comes to work and don't get sucked into anything where you don't have all the info, and really spend as much time as you can with your loved ones, because communication is going to be easy, you're on the same page, and there's really nothing that indicates that there's going to be a lot of conflict or drama here at all. So you've got Venus and the Sun in Leo in your 10th house, so work is going to be something that's on your grid, on your radar. As long as you're exercising caution, you can really use the great confidence that you'll have during August. Presentations aren't going to be particularly difficult. Getting other people to share your vision isn't going to be particularly difficult. It's the actuals that are problematic, the contracts, the concrete plans. So if you can generate interest and kind of do your thing and focus on that, great. But when it comes to changing the structures, like the goalposts of your work, the hours, the pay, the location, any of that, be very cautious when it comes to changing any of that. Mercury is in Virgo at 8 degrees in your 11th. Mercury is the communication planet and it rules Virgo, so it's very happy in that placement. And that really helps you, Scorpio specifically, unlike any of the other signs, to mitigate the negative influence of the Venus retrograde, because any of those changes that are likely to cross your desk you'll be able to look at those and analyze them and very clearly make a decision around this is going to work or it isn't. So you're you're the exception really of all the signs this month, that you have such a keen gaze that you're likely to see the trap before you fall into it. So with that said, there can be room for growth and development and expansion in your work, but as long as you just keep your eyes and ears open and you still double check everything for errors. Mars is also in Virgo in your 11th, and it's at 15 degrees, and that's actually going to push you to look at the information, to make sense of it, and then to implement whatever you've learned. So you're not overly patient. That, unlike Mercury, doesn't help you mitigate the negative effects of Venus. In fact, that encourages you to gallop off into the mistake without even thinking about it or without caring. So cool your jets if you can, and do the prep work in August, and then set off into real action in September, if that is possible. Okay, so friendships are good, analysis, detail kind of work is good, enjoying your family life, that's good. On the 16th of August, we've got a new moon in Leo, and that also happens in your 10th house, and it's next to Venus in retrograde. So your confidence level when it comes to work goes higher and higher and higher, and it's not really based on good sales or results or implementing policy or whatever it is your job requires you to do. It's just a feeling that, oh my God, I'm doing really well. And it may not be cushioned in truth or reality, so just be careful around that you're not deluded into thinking, oh my God, I'm the most amazing person in this office. And in the reality, everyone's looking at you saying, can't he just get some work done, please? It's that kind of thing. So what you're not lacking, Scorpio, in August is self-confidence. So anything that you can do which puts you in the spotlight is going to work really well because you'll enjoy it, you'll be confident doing it. It's about the legwork and the detail-oriented side of things. That's really where implementing those and putting those into actions, that could be a bit more complicated. So do things which allow you to have fun, to present, and to be in the moment as much as possible without kind of long-term consequences, I would say. On the 23rd of August, we've got Mercury going retrograde, and it's still in your 11th house. And it's next to still Mars in Virgo. So Mercury retrograde is, well, the process is the same as Venus going retrograde or Mars going retrograde. It's when the planet appears to go backwards, right? But with Mercury, it's very different to Venus, because Venus is about being careful around businesses. Mercury is very much about communication and ideas being exchanged. And with it going retrograde, the bliss that you've experienced in your personal relationships now kind of is stepped down a few notches, and there could be room for misunderstanding or conflict, but not to a huge degree. I think it's still very positive, but it's just it returns to normal in your case, I would say. So in the last week of the month, if you need to hash something out with a friend of yours, or you're not on the same page, try and get something like that sorted in the first 3 weeks of August. Don't leave it till the end, it'll be more difficult then. On the 28th of August, we've got Uranus going into retrograde until January next year, and that is in your 7th house of relationships. So it's interesting now because it seems like the relationship bliss at the beginning of August is the precursor to something much more complicated. And in September, October, moving forward, there are likely to be new people coming into your life. Some of them without conflict or problems, but some of them very intense or potentially can create problems for you. But this quiet period in August is designed for you to enjoy it and to enjoy your good relationships before you then move into September and October and really experience new people and new places and new kind of dynamics that you haven't experienced before. On the 30th of August, we've got another full moon. When you have 2 full moons in a month, it's called a blue moon because it's super rare. And this blue moon at the end of August is also a super moon. It's going to be a lot closer to the Earth than it usually is, so the influence is much stronger. And this blue moon is in Pisces, and it happens in your 4th house. So again, it's very much about, I totally understand where you're coming from. I know what's important to you. We're on the same page here. We're singing from the same hymn sheet. So it's a return to the blissful relationships that you've had in the first 3 weeks of the month. The full moon then mitigates the negative influence of Mercury in retrograde. So you have the same thing going at the end of the month here that you did at the beginning, or the first 3 weeks. So altogether, it's a great month for you, Scorpio, to enjoy your relationships, really. Yeah, so I'm thinking barbecues, I'm thinking day trips with people you like and love. Yeah, doing things together as a group, as a family, as a team. It'll be really fun. And watch out for unjustified confidence, excessive confidence in your working life. There we go. Okay, so that's what I get for you in August. I hope you have a wonderful month. Hi, Joanna from South Carolina. Nice to see you. I hope you have a great time. If you'd like to have a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on Book Your Reading to order your personal reading with me. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please hit subscribe and share the video online. Have a fabulous August, and I'll speak to you soon. All the best. Take care.